Okay, I'll try to talk a bit about design. I'm a graphic designer, and I'm a very frustrated graphic designer. It started a long time ago when I started at the Bezalel Academy. I was a student there, and my question was always to my teacher, but what do we do with that? How it's going to help change stuff? And the big issue to me at the academy was to use that knowledge that I was learning, graphic design, to make a change. And for years now, that's what I'm trying to teach my students. Obviously, it's not working, but we're on the path. It's a long process. So I'm just going to show you a few of my stuff. Most of it's in Hebrew, or in kind of. I really like to play like an actor in those posters, and to me the process is have to be very quick. Something happened and I want to respond to that. Mostly it's news happening in Israel. News are happening every day, and so there is the long process of making beautiful design for companies, doing that kind of stuff. And there is that process which have to be very short because you want to make an impact the day stuff happening. So these images are made like in one day. The process is just have an idea, take a picture, and make a poster. My understanding, what I'm trying to do is to use the knowledge of communication, of graphics, of marketing to make peace happen, which is kind of strange, but why not? I mean, if someone, the graphic designers, the designers are people who are here to shape minds, to make an impact. And most of the time we're using that knowledge to sell stuff, which is okay, everybody has to eat. But maybe we can also use that knowledge to make changes. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I will just show you the project I'm working on, which is called the Peace Factory. I'll try to find my images. Okay. So I started looks bad from here. I started in 2012 with making a poster, and the idea again was everything happened, make a poster, post it online, and try to get try to make some impact. And that poster, which I make very quick, like a few hours in the afternoon, I posted, and with that poster there was a letter that I addressed to the Iranian people. This happened just after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu went to the US and talked about maybe having a preemptive strike on Iran, blah, blah, blah. The war was happening. I was very scared, and I said, okay, maybe I will just say those guys on the other side, let's talk about it before doing something crazy. So I made that poster, I posted it online, and crazy stuff happened. People from Iran start to respond to that image, which was at that time, to me, very, very strange, because in Israel, we're not talking with Iranians. I mean, we are big enemies, and there is no way these guys are real Iranian. I mean, I was sure at that time it was all fake. It was just my friends sending some stuff. Long story short, because it's a long story, it was Iranian, and from that point on, I started to push those kind of images to create a conversation over Facebook with Iranian, and later on with Palestinian, Iraqis, Egyptian, you name it. So it started with the first poster. I just did something bad. Then I made a few other ones. I got response. We take some of the response we got from Iran and we made images out of it, because nobody reads text, they read images. So we do what they like. And I mean, as a graphic designer, I don't like how it looks, because it's not me at all. This kind of full magenta, full yellow, full... I hate it. I mean, it's nice, the hearts and everything, but it's a way to send a message. It's a tactic. And if that's what you need to do to push your message, that's what I'm going to do. It's not that... Okay. Then we got response from Iranians. I'm going to show you quick images. We made another campaign. Thanks. In that one, after I started the first campaign, we opened a page on Facebook. We call it, stupidly, Israel Loves Iran. That was the first idea that came up in mind. And then we opened a few other pages: Palestine of Israel, Israel of Palestine, Iran love, and the whole world love everybody. And we were having huge numbers of likes and share and views, like around 2 million uniques a week. It was very challenging to keep up and pushing some more imaging. So at some point we asked some Iranians, would you be ready to post picture of yourself and send a message? And we start receiving, first time I know of, faces of Iranians telling us good stuff, which was very nice. This dude didn't look like an Iranian to me at that time. He looked more like an Italian, but he's an Iranian. This one is a nice one. He's an Iranian soldier. So we got his image on an email. And he said, hey, my name is Khatef and I want to be part of your campaign. Please post my face on your pages and send the Israeli people, we love you too. So we were like, dude, it's too it's too dangerous for you. You're going to get arrested or something. And he said, no, it's okay. So we have a nice talk on Gmail, and at some point he said, go for it, and we post that image. And he's a real guy living in Iran. You can find him on Facebook easily. He's really nice. At that time he was a soldier. And that changed your minds. At some point you start to understand that what you see on the news every day, it's not the whole image. It's not the whole story. It's a 70 million people country. Maybe they have something to say. And we also, the Israeli, maybe we have something to say. And so that's why we keep on pushing those. I really like those kind of images where you can see an Iranian with an Israeli as a couple. It's like love and everything. I hate it, but it's so good. Fun story, story about this image. We try to, at some point we made a bus campaign. We made a Kickstarter, and we asked for money, and we say, guys, let's put those images on the street. Let's push them on buses. And we got some money, and we sent this image to the bus company, and we say, we want to print this on the bus. And they say, no, can do. And we say, why? I mean, I was sure it was something political, and it was just because they were touching, the man and the girl, not touching on the buses. So I'm scrolling, I'm showing you the first pages on Facebook, which that was after 1 year we started. So this image is from 2014 something. And so upstairs you have the Peace Factory, Israel Loves Iran, the first 2 pages, and then many pages that come up after that first page with all people who want to be part of this fun story. This is the page Iran Love Israel on the day of remembrance for Israeli fallen soldier, which is kind of crazy. And again, that's the exact point of this kind of work and using simple images. You have Israelis, you have Iranian acknowledging Israeli fallen soldiers. And it's nice to acknowledge each other. Numbers. So one day a friend of mine called me and says, try to Google Iran or Israel and go to images. One of the first image that pop-ups was this image. Not this one, was this one. The kiss. And he says, we change the way people look at the Middle East just by making images, which is my point from the beginning. I mean, we can change stuff. We can make things happen using the knowledge we have, which is, for me, graphic design, can be industrial design, can be fashion design. I mean, we all can be part of a change. 5 minutes? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to a lot of pictures, which are very nice. We're trying to acknowledge a lot of stuff happening. I'm getting somewhere. These are the buses that I talked to you about before. This is a nice story, so I will use 1 minute just to tell you the story. When we made the buses, we asked from Israelis and Iranian who want to be on the buses. We wanted to have like 2 people, not just Iranian or just Israeli, but an Israeli and an Iranian. So on one side we had Neda, and then we had Ofer, and then we made a poster and we posted it on the buses. And 1 year later, I'm getting a call from Neda, and she's telling me, I left Iran and now I'm living in Germany, and I'm coming to Israel to visit you guys. So we organized a meeting with the guy she was on the bus, because it was like too good not to happen. And then you have it. First they met in the virtual world of Facebook, and then they become really friends. And maybe someday they will get married, I don't know. I like these kind of images where we faking stuff. We are faking like meeting. It's one Israeli, one Iranian, and we make it like they're having a coffee together. I also like this project, which is the one that works the best for me. We're asking people online, 2 minutes? Okay. We are 1 minute? 7 minutes. Okay. So we're asking people on Facebook, who wants to have a friend from the other side? Like for an Iranian, are you willing to have an Israeli friend? Or for an Israeli, are you willing to have, you understand? Same goes with Palestinian and stuff. So people goes online on our pages and say, me. And then I have a link to their profile. So we're getting into their profile, we're taking the best picture they have online, and we're making this poster. And we're posting these posters on our pages with the link back to their profile. And now you can go and make a friend request to that person. And now suddenly this person from Israel having like 20, 40, 50 friend requests from Iranians, she can accept, she can, you know, she can choose what she wants. It's not like too intrusive. But at some point she say, yes, okay, I'm ready to be friend with you. And there is this one connection. And the biggest problem here we have is that we don't know each other. I mean, Israeli, we don't know Palestinian at all. I mean, Iranian, it's like the other side of the world. I'm talking with you about people living like 5 kilometers from here. We have an old generation that never have met each other. So why can't we use Facebook, the virtual world, to make that first connection? And then you have it. I mean, it's like a virus, because once you're friends with someone from, let's say, Ramallah, Kalkilia, Bethlehem, Gaza, then Facebook will ask you to be friend with his friends and make his friend with your friend, you know, because that's how Facebook works. It's a virus. And now I'm friends with a lot of people, most I don't know from Iran, but we have also a lot of friends in common, because my friend becoming friend with my friend from the other side of the world. And that's how you make those connections. So this is the Friendly project. Like, I'm using the last minutes to present the last 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm taking a bit of coffee because of the sugar. So this project is another project that we do, and it's called the Sandbox. So we going online and we're looking for people who want to tell us their story. Let's say that dude and his girlfriend from Tehran. So I'm Skyping with them, I'm asking them questions, I'm asking them to send me some picture, childhood, the room, the bathroom, the kitchen, the childhood. Send me some stuff. And then we're making a short profile of this person online with a short story. And the idea, and obviously we're pushing those short stories on Facebook. The idea is for you to see that person, get a small knowledge of who is it, and at the end of it, click on that button. And that button is the whole point of this whole story, because that button will send you to his Facebook page and make a friend connection. And all I want is for this person to have more friends from the other side, and obviously for this girl from Baghdad. And the only way I can sell this girl from Baghdad is to make a nice picture of her and sell you a nice story. So that's what we do on the Sandbox. We have tens of stories of people living really all over the Middle East, from Iran to Tel Aviv, you name it, Kirkuk. So if you want to meet, if you're asking yourself, how can I be part of it? The best thing is just to go and friend one person and then start a conversation. And on a bigger, the message I want to give you as designers is you can change the world. You can do one thing, you can make an impact doing one thing that you want to do. All you gotta do is to do that one thing. This is the issue that is important to me. Everyone has an issue that is important to him, and for my message is do it. Just go and do it again and again. It will take a long time until you catch something, but just do it like a crazy person. Like do another and another and another post about it until you want to go to sleep, and maybe it will work. And when it's working, it's like amazing. It's like, oh my God, it happened. Thank you for having me. Sorry for the long time.